Alright guys, how's it going? Just getting nice and comfy here in Whistler, British Columbia. We are about 8 days away from the mountain opening up, and it is going to be an incredible start to the season. What's going on here? Why is this starting? You guys can hear me, I hope. I got my laptop here so I can get some of the messages coming up. Let me just turn this volume right down. And apart from that, Whistler Blackcomb just announced their Time to Dine, which is a reservation system based around eating, so that should be fun. You're gonna have to reserve your spot when you want to go into the lodge. Everybody's really looking forward to that, but you can kind of see why with the lodges just being, packed. In the busy times, they're gonna be running at around about 25 to 50%. I think here it's about 25, depends on where you're going. So yeah. Time to dine, reserving your lunch places in the mountain. Weather report here, it is looking pretty fantastic. You guys can probably see over my shoulder. There is snow, I promise. It's kind of like snowy rain at the moment. We were a little bit unfortunate that we just had about 36 hours of continuous rain on top of our solid snow base that we got, which is awesome because it's so early. But lots of rain, it's not going to help, but the next 8 days, basically every day leading up to opening day, the temperature should drop, we should get snow, everything should be sweet. So yeah, I think everybody's getting pretty excited around here, getting their last minute things together. Oh, and of course, Whistler Blackcomb opened their reservations for opening day today. So if you guys want to get opening day at Whistler Blackcomb, make sure you go onto your Epic Pass thingy and book it all in. Sweet. Apart from that, I hope everybody is doing good. I got my laptop here so I can have a look at some of the comments and keep up with you guys. Let's see what kind of delay we got going on here. Oh yeah, looks pretty good. I just want to make sure that the sound is coming through all right. I got my microphone, but I didn't actually plug it in. I got the Rode, the mini mic. So if you guys can hear me all right now, I'll keep it as it is, otherwise I can plug the mic in. Yeah, and if you guys have any info you guys want to know about snowboards, about what's going on here, about any of the early season hikes that Andreas and I were doing up the mountains, getting in our early season preconditioning, then yeah, leave a comment, and I think we're all getting a little bit excited. All right, I'm just gonna have a little look at some of the comments. We got a lot of dudes on here already, all the OGs, of course. L Stacker's here, Erica, good to see you. Adam, Manolo, In Motion, of course. Reds Caps here, Lucas, sweet, Stuart's here, and Hello Kitty, hey, how's it going? Yeah, so hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully you guys are getting some snow where you are. I know the Pacific Northwest, all of this area, so kind of like down to where Elstacker is down in Idaho, Oregon, Washington, here, the interior too, we're all getting like crazy dumped on. It's a huge storm coming in, and yeah, it's shaping up to be one of the best early seasons in recent memory, at least compared to last season. Last season was awful. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a little look through some of these. Yeah, In Motion saying, yo, hopefully In Motion getting back from Zermatt in Switzerland for some late summer, fall skiing. Hopefully that was good. Okay, you guys can hear me and see me. That is good. Yeah, Manolo saying La Nina has blessed y'all. If you guys don't know, this year is La Nina, as opposed to El Nino. And so La Nina basically means ton of moisture coming across the Pacific and then just gonna dump all of that snow just right up and down that whole Pacific Northwest area. So usually La Nina means a wet winter, lots of precipitation, lots of snow, and at least going off previous years, it does usually mean it's a mighty fine season. You can't guarantee anything, of course, but it's a good start, for sure. Yeah. Okay, and Adam saying, when the village looks like that, the mountains are gonna look even better. Yeah, so we did just have that weird rain. So a lot of the snow, this is all just from this afternoon, basically. A little bit was hanging on from before, you can see, but most of that, all that dusting is new. We're gonna get another 8 to 10 centimeters tonight, another 5 to 6 in the morning. And at least the way that it stands, I'm gonna go on a hike tomorrow at like 6 a.m. I just think I should go up super early. We have that whole area behind the house that Andreas and I have been exploring. And yeah, I need to go further and get up there. Kind of the way that that area works is you have the lower, like subalpine area, which is where we went to, and then around about 1,500, 1,600 meters, all the trees start to thin out, and then you get into that alpine area. And that was only about 30 minutes above where Andreas and I were, because the trail kind of like moseys. You don't actually gain that much. You're just kind of cruising along this ridge until you get up into that like alpine of Rainbow Mountain and all of that area. And then there's a run which I walked down with my dog. I went up on the flank trail like I did with Andreas, and then I looped around through the alpine and then down this run called Kevin's Home Run. Kevin's Home Run, eh? And that run is like 2 kilometers, 400-meter drop. So the angle on it is very steep, and if the snow in there is good, that is going to be quality. And it actually is perfect because right above that, you're like in that alpine area. It kind of like drops you off in like the valley of the alpine. So you're surrounded by frozen lakes, a little dip in the valley, and then you got mountain peaks on one side, and then kind of rolly hills on the other side. Takes a while to get out there, but if I can get into the shape where, yeah, just kind of doing it over and over and get up there in a couple hours, 3 hours, that would be good. Up to the upper alpine, I think at the moment it's taking us about 3 hours just to get to where Andreas and I were. Yeah, lots of hiking. Dude, the mountains aren't open for a week. What else are you gonna do? You gotta hike. I don't own a snowmobile. I don't even have good snow tires, so. Osvaldo is here. What's up, Osvaldo? Hope you're doing well. Hello Kitty saying, what's a good beginner powder free ride board? For women, Hello Kitty? Is it for women? I don't know. I did like the Nitro Drop I know we were looking at recently. That one's quite a fun one. And that is, yeah, basically in that kind of range. It's got their power pods, little edge technology in there just to help you. It's got a nice base. It's got side cut on it. I think is reasonably high for a women's board, round about the high 6s. Yeah, I think that would be a good one. I'm really not great with women's boards though. Yeah, Reggie, dude, come on up. You should. I know there are there's lots of weird restrictions going on at the moment in BC, so it is kind of hard moving around. Well, I mean, it's all, you can move around, but you're not recommended to. So I'm super lucky that it's literally end of my road to go up to the mountains, and I'm gonna be doing that as much as possible. Yeah, it's kind of funny with you got Cypress open. Cypress Mountain is one of the mountains down in Vancouver on the North Shore. Literally from Vancouver town, you look north, you have these mountains. You got Cypress, Seymour from, and Cypress is where it was one of the joint venues for the 2010 Olympic Games that were here in Whistler. All the snowboarding stuff was done down in Cypress, and they've been open for a couple days, even though we have these restrictions in place. And then the other thing that's kind of funny, weird, it doesn't look like Whistler Blackcomb's going to be opening up early this year, despite our snowfall being really good, which normally they would, but they got this reservation system that's obviously more headache for them to organize it. And so the reservation system is still set for American Thanksgiving, but the border is closed. So the Americans can't get over the border to come up here. Seems slightly redundant, but that is always the day that Whistler has been scheduled to open, is American Thanksgiving, which is the 4th Thursday in November, which is going to be on the 22nd, 22nd. No, I swear I wrote it down. It's next Thursday. It's the 26th. Sweet. Cool. And yeah, as Jose just beautifully demonstrated, thank you, Jose. It is Super Chat as well, so if you guys want to help support the channel, this is a good way to do it. Of course, you guys probably know by now that Google does take a little skim off the top, but yeah, very much appreciated as well. And I'm gonna try to set up the join channel feature-y stuff. Just kind of been a bit busy, just kind of getting into snowboard mood. It's been hard focusing on the more work-related stuff with everything that's going on and all, you know, like feeling like stuck inside despite being here. So I've just been happy going out and doing all of that stuff, and I haven't, you know, getting into the accoutrement, you know, getting out stickers or shirts or anything like that. I do want to get on that for sure. Sure, lots of people want to get a fake ginger beard. That would be a good thing, eh? Just sell ginger beards. Maybe with a face mask in there too, so you can just have a beard to go on. Oh, I should totally do that. Oh man. Okay, ginger beard with face masks coming in. Next possible opportunity. I was actually, maybe I could like do it from real hair too, because one of the things with having, you know, you get long hair, it's kind of gets in the way. You snowboard in, it gets wet. So I was thinking, shave the head, shave it right off, make beards for everybody with face masks, and spread the joy of snowboarding that way. I hope you guys think that's a good idea. I don't know. Yeah, oh, so I didn't even read Jose's question. Jose didn't have a question. Okay, thank you, good sir, for your donation, and that will definitely go to good use. I'm still getting together some stuff for this year. Like, I don't mind riding old gear, but you know, it is good to have new stuff, and I've basically focused all of my monetary funds on getting my split board situation set up. I figure I'm going to be doing a fair amount of split boarding this year, so I did want to get basically the best split board that I know of, that I think that there is out there almost, which is the Jones solution, at least in terms of all-roundedness. You know, it's not going to have as good a float as some of their powder boards probably, and some other ones, but it's going to be awesome technical riding, good in the powder, good for doing basically everything all over the mountain. And I got the Karakoram bindings as well to go with that, which together has a pretty hefty price tag. And you know, it's interesting, well, not interesting, but you know, all the backcountry stuff is like gold dust at the moment, and so you know, deals that I might get with stores dried up with that kind of stuff too. So I've got my board set up, at least like happy with my boards at the moment, with my gear, got my pass for the mountain, everything is looking sweet. CR2001 says, nice beard, thank you, sir. D. Homeblad says, don't let US citizens in, we're idiots. I was actually born in New Jersey as well, so I'm technically American. Even though I'm English, Canadian, American. I had 3 passports at once, and then I had to give one up. Riflife saying, what is up, Chris? Been enjoying watching you and Andreas the past couple months, man. Yeah, no, dude. Riflife, I've been watching your comments. You're very loyal and engaging in the channel, which is awesome. Yeah. So yeah, keep it up. It's been awesome. Yeah, great. Just going up, hiking loads. And the thing is too, is like what's really good about that with it, I'm not the one, I don't like to hike up and walk down. I don't like walking down. Not only is it just not as fun, but it does hurt my knees. I do have some old knee injuries. So being able to snowboard down has just meant that I've been more willing to hike up, because the down is so much sweeter. So yeah, hiking's good. Boredom Stew is here. Word, Boredom, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, and I was a little crappy over there in the UK at the moment, and you saying you didn't get your last chance to go on the is it the chill zone, the X Factor, the one in Manchester. the indoor ski slope. But yeah, hopefully that is gonna work out for you guys soon, and you'll be able to get back out there. All right, yeah, so Misfit Snowboarding is here. Ian the Welshman. Beanies. Oh yeah, maybe that'd be a good one. You got like the beanies with the optional, bit coming around, cover over the beard. Right by saying, where's the mountain dog? Yeah, my dog, she's always with me, of course, and she's just kind of looking on, thinking like, what is that weirdo doing? Because I'm just talking, but I'm not talking to anybody, so she's just kind of chilling over there. We had a good walk before out in the snow, and she's just like insane for the snows. So yeah, she's having a little rest now. Okay, Man on the Mountain's playing Steep is the new Steep. There's a new Steep out of the video game. I haven't played those in ages. My one was actually Cool Borders 2 on the PS2. That was like kind of original style, and that was when 1080 was big on the Nintendo, and I was always a Cool Borders guy. Hetty Full Melt says, any new boards this season? Yes. So, well, the one so far is the Jones Solution in the 162 wide, and that is going to be getting hopefully a lot of good use. I'm actually thinking about bringing it out, maybe not tomorrow, but hopefully the next couple of days, because it had that rain. It's probably going to be some exposed stuff as we get some more, just getting a message there. As we get some more snow and it fills in all the cracks, then I do want to get that Jones Solution out. And because like the skinning track up here too is perfect. It's a mellow angle. There's one or two slightly steeper spots, but it is perfect skin track all the way up into the Alpine. And yeah, it's just waiting there. It's ready to go. I've seen some other people that have been to mountains around the area up to the peaks, and it looks snowy. Okay, and Nathan saying SSX is still the king snowboard game. Sure, if you say so. CR 2001 says, got any goals this season? I do have quite a few goals actually. It's obviously everything's kind of shifting with what is going on the mountain, so it's not so much trying to say I'm gonna get a certain amount of days up the mountain or trying to do things that are out of my control, because I can't control when the mountain is open. But one of the things that I want to do is really improve on my splitboarding backcountry. I'm getting a phone call. And yeah, really get into the splitboard backcountry stuff. Doing some more park stuff as well. Get a good park board. Get more into jumps. Man, crazy rails, maybe not so much. I don't want to be hitting my butt too hard, but yeah, I want to start getting into some more jumps, get into some more kind of funny stuff, building some backcountry kickers. That's actually a good one I really want to do, is start doing some more backcountry kickers. And then I don't know if you guys saw the pillow lines that we have up here on the last hike that Andreas and I did. There's a couple of spots, one that was in my video, but there's a couple of more, and then I don't know if there's a couple in Andreas's as well. But you have, in the summer, basically these debris fields, just these big boulders just strewn, as far as you can see, a couple football fields worth, at least. And then as the snow fills that in, you just end up with all of these little bumps and drops and all these little pillow lines. So I've been eyeing those up, watching them as they're filling in. And to get a good, just to get a good ride down, but if I could get a good video of me riding down a pillow line, that is something that I've always wanted to have, so that would be pretty cool. Traveling different resorts in the BC area. I'd want to see as many resorts as possible. Yeah, just basically want to try to ride all the resorts around BC. And another thing I want to get into as well is winter camping. So there's a few things going on, kind of just trying to keep it independent, trying to keep it separated, because I do think the mountain is going to be open most all year, but you never know. So that's kind of the goals for the moment. I did see that there was uh, a super chat from Hetty Full Melt saying, "Hope you enjoy the new board, brother." Yeah, man. I hope so too. I'm like, because the board itself is, like Canadian wise, like almost $1,000. So it's the most expensive board I've ever bought. And as at the moment, kind of kid gloves, like kid gloves. Anyway, glove touch and being careful with it. I don't want to, I don't want my dog to lick it at the moment. So as soon as the snow fills in, yeah, I'm pretty pumped to get out on it for sure. Yeah, Jungle Joe was saying Crystal Mountain open today. I saw that. So Crystal Mountain down in Washington, that is open. That's pretty exciting. I do wish that we got to try that one, but when we went down to Stevens Pass, which is also very cool. Dana J. Tucker says, which bindings do you prefer, Spark R&D Surge or the Karakoram? Yeah, I've not really done too much research in order to separate. It was more so getting them that I knew that the Karakorams are good, and they're also the ones that were carried by Comor, which is where Andreas works. So that was kind of like, okay, he's got them in. I can go down and pick them up right now and have them in my hands. And I think that was the most important thing, just to get my hands on them. So yeah, I don't really have much of an opinion on the difference between the two. Okay. Everybody's talking about their favorite songs on SXX. Jerk It Out is good. Anything from Placebo is good too. Single Track is here. How's it going? Yeah, if you guys don't know, Mark Adler, who's the main editor, I guess, of or at least the owner of Single Track magazine, which is a bike, and they're doing snowboarding now, at least with their online as well. So a bunch of birds fly right by my window. So I actually have my last video up on there as well. So feel free to go over to Single Track magazine. You guys can go click in there, have a look, and under the snow area, have a little peek at some of that stuff too. And thanks, Mark, for reaching out and yeah, getting that going. So that's sweet. And biking is cool, and it's funny too, because like I know Single Track from living in England, and so that was kind of interesting to meet up with them. Gemma is saying she's loving the preseason vids. The snow is making me very nostalgic for Whistler though, stuck in Oz. Yeah, I definitely feel very, very like extremely lucky being right here right now, and especially with the weather cooperating the way that it was. It was a little bit trickier because like at the start of the lockdown, like months and months ago, we were told not to do anything because the search and rescue didn't have any PPE. So it would be irresponsible to do something. Now everything is a lot better in regards to that. So we definitely have a little bit more freedom to get out and do things. So definitely feel more like now the shackles are off and the winter is reviving the spirit. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. Okay, is the Yes Why a decent board for an intermediate rider? I would say so. Yeah, I think that one, it is. If you kind of look at like a nice all mountain board, you got a little bit of taper in there. It's like a nice kind of medium side cut, all mountain, medium flex on it as well. So I have ridden limited Yes boards, and actually I was thinking just earlier today, if I was to get a new board, it would probably be a Yes. And I don't know which one, but the 2020 Powder Hull would be really sweet. I'm either looking for a directional powder board, kind of all mountain powder board, or yeah, the 2020 I think would be incredible around here. Talking with TJ used that, or the old generation of that, where it had the more of the fin scoop, where the actual powder hull came right up to the nose and tail, whereas now it's kind of that segmented dome. And he said the powder hull is like amazing. You know, he's riding a smaller board for him, and he got incredible float in that. So, yeah, being able to float and do tricks, and just trying out that board, I think would be super, super cool. Okay, and Commander AMG's here. What's up, dude? How's it going? Glad to have you with us. Stoked on Photos is here. I'm stoked on snowboarding, like you're stoked on photos. I don't know if you guys can see it starts snowing hard again. The problem is I got a couple trees here, so they're kind of blocking it out, but literally, yeah, you can see it over there. It's looking beautiful. So we got about 15 centimeters coming tonight, and then another 10 tomorrow. And you can see it's a little bit wet. I think it's only probably gonna be about 0 or maybe -1 out there, but you get those big fat flakes, those monster flakes. You can just see them coming from a mile away. Usually means that it's warm snow, but up higher it's gonna be nice for sure. Okay, yeah, thanks everybody for coming. This is great. 54 people here. If you guys want to smash that like button, that would be good. Just a reminder as well that it is super chat as well, so if you guys want to help support the channel, you can super chat me a question. That's definitely appreciated. And just going through our headlines from today, Whistler is opening in 8 days. If you guys haven't booked your opening day for Whistler and you want to, go do it, because the booking just opened. Of course, don't close this tab. That would be terrible. Open another tab and go book it. When I went on there, there was a minute wait as opposed to a 4-hour wait when I went on the first time. And yeah, super pumped. I got my opening 4 days booked. I'm gonna be there every day. That was the only 4 I could book. They're not made those other ones available yet. But if you want to go Whistler for the opening few days, the opening 4 days are now available. Any of those, get onto your Epic Pass and get those booked. And then Whistler Blackcomb announced they are doing reservations for food, which is gonna be fun. So they are doing a time to dine, because the restaurants are gonna be opening at minimal, reduced capacity. It's snowing, which is awesome. And yeah, just like the stoke levels are just keep on going up, you know when you just like, it starts to rain, typical Whistler would be ton of snow, everybody gets excited, and then a ton of rain. But this year, because it's 2020 and everything it's on its head, we had a ton of snow, more snow than you would expect, a ton of rain, and then now a ton of snow back on top of that. So it's just kind of topsy-turvy. And looking at the snow report, we should have snow for the rest of the week. So very exciting. And L-Stacker, you should be getting dumped on down there. I want to see some videos, some more bogus basin videos coming out. Yeah, guys, go check out L-Stacker. I'm sure you guys know about L-Stacker. Go check him out if you haven't already. He was best friend in the comments before, and he does snowboard videos too. We met him. Of course you know him from before, but we met Chuck, Jose, Bautista, and L-Stacker out in Japan, in Niseko. And that was really cool, hanging out with those dudes. Casey was there, of course, TJ Board Archive, Kevin, Snowboard Pro Camp, David Jones, Yannick Narab, Bo, and Andreas Schubert. It was a big crew out there. Yeah, guys haven't seen those Niseko vids, go check them out. And it did just kind of pay me a bit too, because I remember that Japan's not letting anybody in this season to go snowboarding. So yeah, we got here, so I'm not too bummed out. But a lot of people that are in Japan already are really going to be enjoying that snow, that's for sure. Okay, moving down. Zertz is here. Chris Heinrich, what's up, man? Yeah, loads of snow coming out in the background. Sort of photos saying they're getting hammered in Alberta. Yeah, they've already got the mountains open there. They had Norquay Mountain open, right outside of Banff, and they had Sunshine Village. Yeah. Right? That's what you're saying, and you're heading there tomorrow? Awesome, man. Super, super pumped. And you guys got that nice champagne powder. I was actually looking, I was like, I wonder if I could go and like camp. It's only November. Maybe I could go and like sleep in a tent somewhere outside of Banff. And I go and look, it's like -12 Celsius. So it's like, okay, maybe no camping. In Motion SLB says, planning to check out Revelstoke again. I think it deserves a chance on a proper POW day. Dude, it does. Revelstoke has got the stoke built right in the name. And when I went there last year, we got unlucky with the snow. I think there was like a week to 10 days since they'd had any fresh snow, which for Revelstoke is very unusual. And the mountain itself is extremely steep. And so when the snow is very firm and hard and the terrain is very steep, it's not very fun on your joints or when you fall. So yes, Revelstoke is on the list, and also everywhere else. I think, dude, it's 2020, you just gotta go for it. Just hop in the car. I don't know if you guys, there's this one hilarious Canadian dude on YouTube called Forestry Forest. And he's a guy that lives in his white van and just goes driving around Canada and like Alaska and Yukon and doing weird stuff. And yeah, it's like, if this dude can live in his van, which he's got pimped out and he knows what he's doing, is legit. Then yeah, I'm like, man, I gotta go do some of that. Iron Dawson, yes is for life. C is for cookie. All right, everybody's pumped about the snow. It is snowing. I wasn't sure where to put, doing this. I was like, where should I get as a backdrop? But of course, you gotta get the snow going. I got my light up there. I think stick my head in the way and block it. Hello Kitty. Oh yeah, Alex here from Boise, of course. Bruce Siegel's here. Hello Kitty saying, do you think it's a good idea traveling around Europe, or would you say stay in Canada? I'm just gonna stay in Canada. I don't think it's a great idea to travel around, but I don't have the funds to do it anyway, so it's kind of a moot point. And I think it's just the perfect year to really explore my immediate backyard, like literally, and also just BC, and just really explore BC, Alberta, and yeah, maybe see how it goes. Get down to Washington if that starts to everything starts to clear up towards the end of the season. Just have to see how it goes really, but more just concentrate on riding as much as I can. I'm not too concerned about where I'm riding, just riding. And so if you're on a plane, you're not riding. So I'm happy to stay here and ride. All right. Red saying, have I upgraded my GoPro? Nah, dude, not yet. I got the Sony ZV-1, the point and shoot. That thing's pretty expensive as well. So I'm gonna have, David Jones style, hopefully, bring out the point and shoot as well for some video. I am excited to use that as well because it does have quite a good built-in stabilizer in the camera. It's also got full sensor. It's got f-stop of 1.8, and so it should get really good good videos, good audio, some good photos as well, and also like really good in low light. Anytime we're in any low light conditions, it should really kick the butt of the GoPro. So I am planning on getting a GoPro. However, I was thinking GoPro Max, and then upgrade the GoPro. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Gonna need a lot more super chats before that happens, though. Okay. ME Production saying, what neighborhood do you live in? I live in Alpine Meadows, so let's just kind of split up into about 10 neighborhoods or so, and Alpine is more or less, if you don't count Wedgwoods, which is you can count Wedgwoods. So it's like the third from the north. We're kind of getting up north past 10 minutes out of town, getting up towards Pemberton. You kind of switch over the valley a little bit. Whistler Village is quite close to the base of Whistler and Blackcomb Mountain. Here we're closer to the base of Rainbow Mountain, Cougar Mountain, and yonder we got Wedge just across the way. So Lots of different mountains. Lots of mountains. This whole place is mountains, of course. They're just in the mountains. What do you expect? NC says foresty forest is bomb. Is that good? Like da bomb or it's bombed? I don't know. I don't know what the kids are saying nowadays. I'm stuck out here in my bubble. All right, Kevin Camacho's kicking in. West Coast Dabs. Hey guys, how's it going? Glad to have everybody here. Yeah, if you guys have any questions at all about any stuff that we've been doing too, feel free to drop a line. Deep fried Brussels sprouts coming in from Adam Searles. Thank you for that. Jacob Chris saying, you in Whistler right now? Dude, I'm in Whistler. This is Whistler. That tree, that's Whistler. And yeah, everything else. Yeah, so I'm planning with a dumping like it is to get a real early sleep, and I feel like it's getting about that time to start to push the envelope and go up a little bit higher, because I've been hiking up to the subalpine about 4 times so far. Once on the edge, getting into those nice open, well, meadows in the summer, but just open flat areas of snow up there just before it kicks up towards the peaks. I got a message from Andreas saying he wants to go at 7 a.m. on opening day. The earlier the better. Sure. He's got to work at, Andreas is coming out opening day, but he's working halfway through the day. Okay, but we'll see. We're gonna have to see what happens. Andreas has got words on the street. There's lots of, the rumor mill, when you have everything that's going on and an opening day everybody's super excited for it, of course, rumor mills fly, so I'm just gonna wait until I hear anything concrete for sure. But of course, Cypress opening is extremely exciting as a precursor to everything else opening up. My very own says, how long of a drive is it to Whistler for you? Yeah, it's about 7 minutes, depending on which part of town you go to. 7 to 10 minutes. And if you're going on a powder morning and you're stuck behind a plow, not plow, but like a digger, that just does driveways, takes about 15, 20 minutes. Emmy Production says, I'm from Washington, you definitely got to drop down to Crystal Mountain. Easily the best resort in Washington. Almost every day is a pow day and everybody's super friendly. Nice. Yeah, I was like, it was great being in this. I don't know, you guys probably hear this from Kevin too, but Americans are definitely more outgoing, friendly, whereas Canadians are, a little more reserved, friendly. And so you go down, when we were down in Stevens Pass, it's just everybody's like, hey, coming over and saying hi and doing all the stuff we can't do nowadays, like pounding fists and high fives and slaps on the butt or whatever. And in Whistler, it's the same, but it's more reserved. So I love it. It's great. I mean, everybody, I love feeding off the stoke of everybody too. And the stoke that you get down, at least when I was down in Washington, was crazy high. And Stevens Pass was awesome, but we were there on a Friday, powder day, great. Saturday, powder day, insanely busy. So I've heard Crystal is a bit more mellow when it comes to stuff like that. All right, moving down. How's my Burton board holding up? Oh, dude, the Burton process, if you guys have seen that thing has been put through the ringer. I think initially when I got it from Kevin, it had a little bit of the base missing, exposed, and because of the, it's a center base, you can't actually just stick a bit of P-Tex in there because it just flips right out. So it's, the rock board. I used it one summer to do some practice drills on a log that I was practicing some presses and things, balance stuff. It's got beaten up, I think it's safe to say. It has just got severely beaten up. It's not really fair for the board, but it's held up very well. The last time I rode it, actually, I was worried. I dumped it off in the mountains. I guess I went for a hike. The snow wasn't very good, so I left my board 750 meters up, altitude up there, 3 hours up. But there was I'd hit a rock and it kind of thinned out the base. So instead of being flat, the rock got under and it kind of produced a fin like you get on the bottom of a boat. So it was my very own, maybe a beta version of the Burton channel systems that they're releasing this winter, and it worked fine because the snow was very powdery. It wasn't really catching on the bottom at all, and worked out good. But it needs a little bit of love. It needs an X-Acto knife just to slice off all of the bits of the base that have flung up everywhere. Having said that, it may be the last time it gets used up there, because I think tomorrow I'm gonna bring my tea rice, and I think it's ready, and then we're gonna take it from there, because it's got no float. It doesn't float. I have to go behind somebody. Yeah, it's got so much resistance. So I'll get the tea rice out there. We'll get cruising. It's gonna be sweet. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining. 76 people, 71 people, 44 likes. Hit that like button. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please do. I'm gonna be trying to get out as many backcountry hiking videos as possible. Just trying to get into shape for the season. Get outside, get busy working, trying to get my body into the perfect triangular shape. All of the muscle in the bottom half, and then a big pointy head at the top. So I think with the diet of large sticks and hiking, should be able to do it. With your help, of course. Yeah, Redscap saying smash that like button. Best powder free ride bindings. Ooh. Well, I always have to like defer to, I defer to somebody that knows and has ridden everything. And it's not TJ, it would be Andreas. And Andreas loves the Now, with the skate tech, the Now drives. Not drives, I hope so. Skate tech, so it has a fulcrum where the binding actually pivots from toe to heel. You can change the spacings as well, so you can make it more or less, more responsive, less responsive. And it has a nice natural feel for it. It kind of adds to that surfiness as well. You get like a rocking motion. It's a bit of that like, it's almost like a looser but controlled feeling in riding down. So I got those on his recommendation, and I really like those. Yeah, so I'm sticking with that. Okay, super chat from Chris Heinrich, thanks man. Appreciate it, coming down from down under. He's saying, hey man, when Chris was recovering, what was your knee strengthening plan? I might need it after a run-in with a boat ramp. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, 3 years ago in December, it was like 34 months ago, however it works, I tore my PCL, ACL, tore some cartilage in my left knee, and that was like my season over. I didn't get surgery. I was right on the border. The surgeon said no surgery. A week later she said surgery. 2 weeks later she said no surgery. So I was right on that border. It was a high grade 2 tear, and it was a long recovery. Gotta say first, biking is probably the best thing you can do for your knee. Just getting on a bike, just that motion, it's all stable, it's all controlled, and that's just kind of the basis for building up a lot of that strength around your knee. You gotta get all the muscles. You have the big muscles in your leg, and then you have all the tiny muscles as well. Obviously the big muscles, all the power, a lot of the stabilization, but those tiny muscles as well, that's a lot of the stabilization, a lot of the proprioception. Kind of like when you're walking down and you hit a slightly uneven surface that you're not looking at, the reason you don't fall over, all those little muscles in your leg, just figuring it out. So that was one of the things for me, because when you stretch out a ligament, when you do damage to a ligament, all of the muscles just they're not working as they should, you know. All the timing is messed up, the tensions are wrong, things aren't communicating well, and your leg doesn't like to work. So lots of just weird, funny skills, lots of balancing things. If you can just find a reason to balance, if you're just like standing around at home, just pop a leg up, start doing some stupid stuff. The ones that I always liked as well with the balance is closing your eyes. Trying to balance, that is actually decidedly difficult to do even on my good knee. And then, you know, things like pointing at your nose. If you guys have one of those balance ball, like spheres, whatever. Really good for balancing. Those are good as well. And then if you want to be able to do things working your brain where you're not necessarily thinking about your knee. And so one of the things I was doing with my physio is we had a sheet of paper on a wall. I was balancing on my knee on this ball, semi-ball. And then she would be asking me to point things out. So she would say like red 5. There'd be like, I can't remember if it was like, there'd be numbers and shapes and different things like that. So she would say like blue triangle, and I'm balancing, and I'm like, whoa, there it is. And then like number 5, and oh God. And so where you are thinking about that, and it's that subconscious way that your knee is doing it. That's kind of how you have to do it. Hiking is really good for that as well if your knee is already strong. That proprioception. But yeah, lots of gentle stuff. Gentle, Chris, and then build it up from there. And just funny weird stuff that doesn't hurt. If you got squishy balls that you can get in between your thighs, and do the thigh master. That helps too. Okay, I hope I answered your question. And he's saying Stevens is super busy on the weekends and pow days. Crystal is a little farther from Stevens, from Seattle, so lots of people. Yeah, it's also right next to Rainier. Nice. Mount Rainier is a big mountain, for sure. I actually wanted to go see that when we went down there, but it was out the way, so we couldn't. And Jungle Jawa saying crowds at Crystal this year should be really mellow every day of the week because of the loan capacity and reservation system. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be super interesting for Whistler as well. One of the things that they are not doing is telling us how many people they are allowed on the mountain. That's almost like their like intellectual property. they're like, man, it's a business secret. So we're not going to know how many people are on the mountain. Of course, it's based on the amount of terrain that's open, lift capacity, etc. But it is going to be limited, of course. And the problem with Whistler always is, it's just so busy. Like having ridden, first rode Whistler in 1998. So 22 years ago, I think. 23 or 22 years ago. And it was definitely much different than it is today. And you can just see how it's transformed, because it used to be very much a ski resort destination, like a ski destination, i.e. like if you weren't skiing, you wouldn't really come here. Whereas now it's much more a resort destination. They had the Olympics and that really just boomed it. And so it's definitely, the town is transitioning, and part of that is that it got much busier. And it would get a little bit much. I would, if it was a busy Saturday, Sunday and the snow wasn't good, I just wouldn't go up because it wasn't, with the hassle for me. But now with the restrictions and the snow, it could like low key be one of the best seasons. Who knows? It could be the worst. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes too high or too low. Yeah, I am low key excited a little bit. All right. Ain't up some of these questions. I get like, it's funny, I get Fat Cat Films. I bet you look like a bad dude doing it though. And it comes up like it's, hide this comment. No, thank you. Get that comment out there. Quite nice. I think I'm going to start a mountain bike and snowboard channel. Sweet. Yeah, I think I get the feeling with, the economy the way it is, a lot of people are losing their jobs, or a lot of people aren't getting their job. A lot of people's situations are different, and I mean, YouTube does seem like if it's a viable option, dude, go for it. I think and I'm sure you've read lots of stuff on it. I think the most important thing is just getting stuff out there and trying to be yourself, even if that means, like you guys have seen, because I try to like cut out some of my dingus moments, but then now I just leave them in and everybody loves them. It's like, oh, you actually put your crashes in the videos. So I swear, if I took all my crashes out, I'd actually look semi-legit. But I leave them in, sliding around on my butt. Okay. Grabbing the wrong toggle. Yeah, sweet. 84 guys watching. The view outside is wonderful. We're going through a heat wave in Southern California, and it's terrible to see the local mountain snow die in real time. Oh, that is not good news. It'll come back. It will come back. I think somebody, hold on one tick. I'll be right back. I think somebody's at the door. Yeah, I think I am. How are you feeling better? I'm just in the middle of my live chat. Whew. My neighbor came to pick up Dot and take her for a walk. So, thank you. Thanks, Louise. Whew. Okay, one less thing to worry about. All right, what were we talking about? Southern California, snow dying. Man, that is just horrible to hear about. But I'm sure it's going to come back. What's that? Game of Thrones with it's like the I can't remember. It's the guys that like to do all the sailing, and then they always stick the guys in the water, and then they come back to life. I feel like the mountain's going to do that as well. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just I don't know what I'm talking about. It's snowing in Tahoe as well. Awesome. Fat Cat Film saying awesome channel though. You've got a new subscriber. Thank you so much. Yeah, my plan is you guys could totally help me out with this. I am 1,400 subscribers short of 10,000. 10,000 is a milestone. 10,000, you're like legit, right? No, maybe not quite. Seen a lot of makeup channels with 10,000 on that. I don't know too when it's super legit. But if you guys know anybody that might be interested in this channel, obviously gonna be doing as much snowboarding stuff as possible. Goofing around, having fun, hopefully trying to build some boxes, rails, some backcountry setup stuff as well. Then you guys are a great word of mouth. They say is the best form of advertising, marketing. So if you guys do enjoy it, then yeah, pass it on. Tell your friends. We're gonna have a party over here. Everybody's invited. Okay. And getting back to some questions. Mammoth's getting some snow. Jorge saying, nice. Robin McWilliams saying his new Burton Islands came in mail and they're like breaking concrete. Breaking in concrete. Yeah. That's a pain I have not had to have recently, and it is. I mean, I've broken in lots of boots over the years, and then this is before heat molding for a lot of them. So there's some which like go so smooth, right? You put them on and like you get a bit of pain. That's about it. And other ones which is like a nightmare. It's like a divorce from the worst person. It's a bad time. So yeah, that's always a tough one. I know, but better to do it now than when you're out there. Maybe stick them in the oven for a little bit just to heat them up. Yeah, don't do that. That was a joke. All right. Quit not saying what GoPro do you use? I'm going to get the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Yeah, I have the 7 Black and I have the 8 Black. Obviously the 9 is the new one. From what I've seen, the 7's good. You get reasonable stability with it. Picture quality is good. Definitely with the 8, the stability is bumped up for sure. Quality of the picture looks a little bit better. And then with the 9, I don't know how much better the stabilization is with the 9. For sure it's a little bit better. The picture quality looks super crisp, I found though. But it does seem, at least watching mine and Andreas's footage, that in low light, the 9 seems to really suffer. It was like looking super grainy, and it was really having a hard time picking up the low light. Maybe like we were on slightly different settings as well, so that's totally has something to do with it. But I was assuming that the 9 would be much better in low light than the 8, and it wasn't. I don't know if you guys have tried the 9 in low light conditions. If you guys have any opinion on that, then drop it down in the comments. Yeah, Yellow Bud saying some good snow down there. Well, where am I? Oh, yellow dude. Limbo Soup, I'm in Alpine Meadows too, and we got 20 inches in the last 12 hours? I was getting a load of rain. Where were you? It's been raining a ton out here. Was that the night before last? It was then. It's very hot. There's a couple steep roads in this neighborhood, and one of the things I want to do is ride down the road on my snowboard. And the other night, I came out, and there was a good couple inches, but it was like perfect because the bottom was a bit wet and it was really sticky and it kind of formed that hard stuck bit on the concrete, and then you actually had some snow on top. So I was talking with my neighbor, the same neighbor that just took my dog, and she was gonna follow me in her car, get the lights on and everything like that, and then as we were about to go, the plow came up and pushed all the snow off the road. So that was a bummer, but it's gonna happen. It's just, you just have to get a little bit lucky with the timing with the plows, and usually the more snow, if it's just dumping a ton, then they're doing all the main roads and they don't really come out to the side roads so much. So that's going to be happening as well. But yeah, so much snow on the way. And it's not even counting the snow that's falling. If you guys go look at the forecast for Whistler, it's snow every day. The valley temperature, just to tell you guys, is the highs are around about 1 to 2 in the daytime, going down to like -1, -2. So it is right on the edge, but that is in the valley. The valley here sits about 670 meters. It's quite a low elevation valley, generally a low elevation for ski town. And then the peak of Whistler and Blackcomb are around about, 21 and change, 21.8, I think, for Blackcomb, 2,180 meters. I'm not sure in feet, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's a mile of elevation of drop, so it's a lot of drop. You do get a lot of temperature drop as you go up there, so hopefully I think about 300 or 400 meters up on the flank here should start to turn into some nice snow. And then the other thing too as well that I noticed as well is once you actually get over that ridge, like over that Kevin's Home Run ridge into that alpine area, the way it's just a little microclimate going on in there, and just everything is cold. The snow is just sticking right in there, and then as soon as I dropped over the valley and started to come back down, in the kind of main body of the valley section, then the snow disappeared. This was like 10 days ago, so before all this. But yeah, it's super exciting. Will the Canadian border open to the US? Man, I wish I had that answer. Yeah, a lot of people would like to know that, 65 creature. So at the moment it is not open. I think it's still closed until the 22nd of December. And then they will see after that. I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Rob's gonna subscribe. Yes. Fine. I'll subscribe right now since I watch all your vids anyway. Perfect. Gotta get those numbers up, dude. Yeah, Fat Cat saying, yeah, bro, 10K and you start getting, I already have ad revenue. I'll spread the word and hopefully a few of my friends will subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so, yeah, I think it's 1,000 subscribers. It's based on an amount of time watched and an amount of subscribers together. But this channel's been monetized for a couple years. And last year, it went well at the start and then it kind of dropped right off. And then the summer, obviously not a lot of people have been interested. So we'll see how the channel goes. I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing this full time for the winter. So I'm going to be trying to put out at least 3 to 4 videos every week, live chat. If you guys think I'm going to go with this time. You got TJ on Tuesdays, you got Kevin on Thursdays, and you got the meat in the middle, which is me. So yeah, I think 3:30 works well because then I can still go out riding in the daytime and come down and do a live chat. And if not, I can always do a live chat up on the mountain if we're staying up there late. And yeah, just trying to do as much snowboarding stuff as possible. So get the word out. Tell your friends. It's gonna be amazing. Limbo saying the hill's not open yet. Next week, it's not enough in the backcountry yet either. So just being patient. Limbo Soup, or Lim Soup, sorry. Limbo Soup would be a good name too. Whereabouts are you? because it's almost looking good enough in the backcountry. The reason that we didn't, if you go up into the alpine here, it's good, but in the trees, it is not. So when Andreas and I did that video, we were sticking on the trails because of that. All right, North Star. I'm booking North Star for opening weekend. Nice. On the other side, 3. I wish. Quinn Knight's in Manitoba. Elstacker hitting up with some potatoes. Manola saying the webcams here are looking prime. Of course, Whistler Blackcomb has webcams all around. Dude, I should set up a webcam, like off the back here. Yeah, dude. Get a little light going out there. Get some accoutrement around. Maybe like, you know, one of those little gnomes. Throw that out there. Limb suits in Tahoe. Cool. Quinn and I said, do you mountain bike at all? I wish I mountain bike more. I just bought the Norco. What was it? The Norco Sight A2. Yes. Not the carbon one, but is it Norco Sight, yes. You can tell how much I've ridden it. Yeah, Whistler's amazing for biking, but I didn't get a bike park pass, and it was kind of like, I don't know, just all this stuff going on. I was kind of getting in my head and didn't do as much biking as I wanted to, which is a big bummer. But yeah, I'll be doing more in this winter for sure. And next summer I plan on, or at least in the spring as well, hopefully, biking and boarding road trip. Just throw the bike and the snowboard in the back of the car to start driving around BC and goofing around. All right, and Chris saying, Chris is asking, Chris, what does he do for a living? I've done many things for a living over the years, but this past summer I was working painting, basically, like painting related things, and out you kind of, you know, fixing stuff up. A lot of that like, super fun stuff. Yeah, it's tied me over for the winter. And I used to be a snowboard instructor for a few years. That's how I met Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp and kind of started out doing all of this stuff to begin with. But Kevin was friends with my brother, my older brother, back about 15 years ago. I first met Kevin, I guess, around then. And yeah, and we were both working in snowboard school. I did snowboard instructing here for five years. Worked as a snowmobile guide here for a bit. I hurt myself snowboarding, and then I was actually scuba diving. I was a scuba dive instructor for 7 years. 7 years, yeah. 5 in Thailand, a year in Australia, and then 2 years in Honduras as well. So I've always been a very outdoorsy person, and I guess it would be good if I could do scuba in the summer, snowboarding in the winter, or like some combo, but most of the good scuba diving is on the southern hemisphere, and then it's, you know, the timing doesn't quite work out, but of course there is plenty of good diving. I don't know, bad mouthing anywhere. The diving here is amazing, but it's freezing cold. Egypt is really good diving. You got the Atlantic, you got the Caribbean. Lots of good places to go diving. You can go diving in Scotland down to 200 meters and see some amazing coral reefs down there. So yeah. Scuba's cool. I know you guys are scuba divers at all as well, but very much a different appreciation. Whereas I find that being up in the mountains is very like zen with the environment, where a lot of similar things. You have that sense of your minusculeness in this greater environment. And one of the things that I like being about being underwater, apart from just all the life going on around me, being in that totally alien environment where like everything is way better at stuff than me. So if something wanted to attack you, and usually the stuff that attacks me, at least, is like tiny fish. Like I got head butted by Nemo once. He wasn't having it. He just came out and just head butted me. Just felt like somebody was like tapping on my mask. I got attacked by a shrimp, and that's about it. Shrimp and a Nemo. So I haven't been attacked by shark. I got attacked by a speedboat as well, but that's another story. involving several stitch. You can't see it, but my whole arm got sliced open. That wasn't fun. That was 25 stitches in my arm on the muscle, 15 stitches to pull it up the outside, and lots of recovery. Still works. I almost lost it. You can actually feel there's you guys can't feel, but you believe me, there's a little chip out of my bone from where the boat hit me. Cool. How are we doing for time? 4:36. Oh my, it's already been an hour. Jeebus, I hope everybody's doing well. I notice it's getting dark out. I'll stick around a little bit, answer a few more questions, and then get some food and start getting ready for tomorrow. L Stacker's got like a Switzerland heart medic thing. Hi everybody. Manolo is asking about Top of the World. Maybe see you next summer on an A-line or Top of the World. Yeah, that was why I didn't get a bike park pass, because Top of the World wasn't open. I was so keen to do Top of the World. I used to do the bike park a lot when I was younger, and I bounced more. But I had the full downhill bike, old school. I don't know if you guys know, but the Monster T's, GTDHI, just a beast. A lot of fun time up on the mountain, but they didn't have Top of the World when I did that, and so that was like the run I wanted to do, and it was the run that wasn't open this year. So that's on the list. You know, it's like not quite the same as Japan, but it took me 3 years to get to Japan, so I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about that. It's Platinum Mooey says, at what age should you buy snowboard boots? Oh, that's a good question. I think it depends, on how, where's your growth spurts. If you are in the middle of a big growth spurt, then it's probably not a good idea to grab some boots. I know, people can go in stages. You can shoot up, and then we kind of hang out for a little bit, see how this elevation is, and then you don't like it, so you shoot up a bit more. So you could potentially get some in there. But then of course you run the risk of them, just losing size. The thing that you don't want to do really is get the bigger boot, or if you get like half a size too big, it's not the end of the world, of course. But if you start getting a size too big, your foot's going to be moving around inside. You're not going to be getting the pressure delivered on the board where you should. So you don't want to buy a boot that's way bigger in order to grow into it, I would get with shoes at school and whatnot from my parents. But I got my first boots, I think I was 16. That was right when my feet had stopped growing. So you can always get secondhand boots as well. You just don't want to buy boots and then you can't wear them after one season, especially if you're not riding very often. If you're going up for, and it totally depends how many days you're going. If you're going to be going 30, 40 days in a season or more, then it totally makes sense to get your own boots, because you're just going to get the amount of time out of them. But if it's only going to be a week or something like that, then probably not going to be worth it. Unless you can get a good deal. There's loads of great deals. I know you guys have seen, there's great deals out there everywhere. And speaking of, you guys are thinking of buying anything this season and you do want to support the channel, a great way that you guys can do that is clicking on the affiliate links. So I do have affiliate links for Evo in my videos. I don't have any in this one as well. I don't have any in this one. But especially if you guys are living in the States and you don't want to support, then it doesn't actually change the price for you, but part of the commission goes and supports me. So that is a really great way that you can help support the channel, where you're getting something that you're already getting and you don't have to give anything extra in order to get it, especially if money is tight, which money is tight for a lot of people at the moment, so I totally understand. And then I'll just get to another point that I wanted to mention as well. With everything going on, just really trying to support your local businesses as much as possible, your local snowboard shops, anything to do with that. That's one of the reasons that, yes, it's a huge company, but I wanted to get, they're no Capita, but they are a big company. But then I was also looking at Wired Snowboards as well. Wired Snowboards is in Vancouver. It's another local snowboard company. We have Endeavor Snowboards as well. That's in Vancouver. We have Prior Snowboards. That's in Whistler. So I definitely want to buy a snowboard from one of the local stores as well, just to help support the local community. Because for sure, I think after all is said and done this year, there's going to be some snowboard shops that are going to have to close down. There's going to be some of your favorite local businesses aren't going to be open anymore. So just trying to do your best to support that is going to help out a lot of people. And if you have to buy off of Amazon or online, then you have to. But if you can support your local businesses, then that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do. Rifle says, Chris and I had a wonderful conversation about beans the other day. When can you not have a wonderful conversation about beans? You start talking about beans, it's going to be good. Quinn Knight says, does anyone have some Burton board recommendations? I don't know if you guys have seen, but Burton is releasing as part of their new family tree, high-end conceptual boards. They are building a channel system in the base of the snowboard. So I think at the moment there's 3 different boards that they're thinking of putting out. And yeah, they have, like a wakeboard would, where on the base, instead of the base being flat, it actually has channels running along the base or coming out from the tail or the nose. There's a few different designs. But the idea with that being in powder, you're gonna be able to feel that, you're gonna be able to control your board a little bit more, but that's not out yet. I think the Burton one the 2 that I really like, the 3, there's a couple, but I really like the Hometown Hero. I think that looks like an awesome board that's part of their Family Tree series. It's been going, this is the 2nd year, I think, that they're doing that board. Yes, tapered, old mountain, kind of powder slayer board. Looks super fun. I only hear good things about that as well. I love that graphic on the custom. I don't know if you guys have seen that with the bear doing the big wave. But the flight attendant was the other one that I wanted to say is one that I always hear a lot of good things about. Which is another powder old mountain shredder. It's kind of where I lean to, is that powder old mountain shredness. Don't get into the park too much. At least, I'm getting old. I don't bounce so well. Marco's saying that my mountain isn't opening the T-bar this season, so no more POW for hiking. Can you not hike up the T-bar? I know that like last season, before the peak opened, Kevin and I just hiked up and around. We were like, we're going to the peak. I don't care if it's not. And it was fun to, Ski Patrol had it open for us to go, and a couple other people were doing it too. But hey, you hike around up to the peak, and then you have this whole area that is previously inaccessible if you're coming from the other side. And it was a total whiteout, which made it more interesting. But if you can get into that mindset of doing a little hike here and there in order to unlock new terrain or do something new, it is continue doing for sure. Oh man, that light is getting bright up there. Can I stick my head right in the way of this thing? Ooh. Let me see if I can tilt this down so I'm not just blinding everybody. Slide it up, slide it down, slide it up, slide it down. Meh. Okay, well, oh, and Jen's here. Isabel saying, what are you most excited for this season? What am I most excited for this season? I think it's gonna be just hanging out with friends. I haven't seen anybody this season or this summer. I've seen Andreas. I've seen my other neighbor that is part of my bubble. And I don't really... another message there, ignore the vibration. But I haven't seen many people, so actually just, I'm not going to be going around hugging people, but just getting out and being able to ride with friends. I think that's more than anything. That's going to be it. Wow, Quinn and I got some DC boots for $30 each. That's American, of course, Quinn, so that's like $170 Canadian. Rob McWilliams is out of here. Oh no, Lim Soup. See you, Lim Soup. Thanks for coming. Oh no. Big size boots means red socks. Your feet peeled. What? Ooh, ow. What? That doesn't sound good. Big size boots. If you're oversized, you said if you oversize your boots, you're gonna smash your feet up. It's always best with boots. I cannot stress the boot enough. It's gotta be a good, like you can tell you put a boot on, and if it's not right, you just know. And don't think like, oh, it's got such a good color, or it's the Adidas ones. I love the Adidas boots. You need to get a good, it makes your whole life so much better, and it's gonna make your riding better. You're gonna be able to do it longer, you're gonna enjoy it more. Boots, more than anything, apart from fake beard, which I will be selling soon. If you guys want your fake beards, I'll be putting out a link in the next hour. I'll look into selling fake beards with a mask attachment, so you can just, you know, put the beard up, and then you're all safe to go. Someone's asking about me living in Whistler. Bib and Rove, have I always lived in Whistler? I've lived in Whistler for over 10 years, which, I don't know. Locals around here are so weird with what makes you a local. I don't care. I'm a local. But I did my first year here between high school and university. And then after university, I did four more years here, and then I was around scuba diving and doing all of that, and then it's my 4th year back. Oh, but I did a year also snowmobile guiding, so that's my 10th, right? 1, 4, 1, 4. Jazz hands. All right. Oh yeah, sorry, the process with the bear. That's what I meant. I meant the process with the bear. Oh, Quinn. Oh yeah, because Quinn's in Manitoba. $30 for your dog. Wow, that is a good job. Quinn, I say for sure I kind of hate the color of my boots, but they fit good. Dude, color is the last thing on your mind with the boots. Don't worry about the color. So like, go paint them or get some spray paint on there. I don't know, but really doesn't matter. Of course, you know that. Brandon, hey man, how's it going? Brandon left a super chat saying, been a long time, hope you're well. Tell Kev, Jill, Andreas, me, and Bailey said hello. Yeah, Brandon is a musician down in Nashville. I can't remember, but he plays country music. He's got you got a YouTube channel. I've definitely I've seen it on YouTube. I'm trying to think if it was on Spotify or YouTube. But such dude, he and Bailey are like the nicest couple you're ever gonna meet. Just beam and smile. It's such a pleasure to be able to hang out with Brett, with you and Bailey. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm super happy to meet you guys, and maybe we'll see each other again soon. From Texas, I knew it was Texas. Darn. Of course. Cool. Yeah, on all platforms. Yeah, if you guys like country, go check out Brandon, man. I'm not a huge country fan. I do like some country, I like all music, and I do dip my fingers in all genres. And yeah, I went and listened to his music, and it's cool, it's catchy, so yeah, go check him out. Awesome. If you guys have any last questions, feel free to drop them in. I think I'm just gonna do a couple more minutes, so we'll do until the hour. You guys see the snow is kind of stopped, I think. Maybe we need to do a little recon. Okay. See what's happening out here. Oh. So here, rotate device. It's very wet. Haha. Yeah, very wet snow. You can tell the temperature's raising up a little bit. It's almost rain. It was much snowier before. And now it's kind of going back to being a bit rainy. Temperature is going to drop. We're going to get another 10 centimeters overnight. Let's take this back inside. Yeah, still gotta tune up those skis back there. And yeah. Whew. All right. Okay, a couple last questions here. Everybody's doing. L Stacker's out. Thank you so much for coming in, L Stacker. Guys, go check out L Stacker. He's down ripping in bogus baits and just being a dude. So I love hanging out with L Stacker. He's super cool. Go check him out. And what else? People are bigging up Winnipeg. If you guys are in the know, Winnipeg, you just say the peg, and then I don't know, you like the W's? I don't know. Commander saying, come to Snowshoe Ski Resort in West Virginia. Yeah. Well, I'm not talking specifically to me, but I definitely want to go. Traveling all around, I think BC as much as I can this season. I think I'm gonna have to be waiting until everything has calmed down, at least a little bit, to see what's going on internationally, of course. Yeah. All right. Okay, so yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out some of the other videos. My plan is to go on a hike, tomorrow morning. Go check out, see how the snow is doing. Probably gonna have to get a little bit of elevation before it looks good, but gonna try to be leaving early. Gonna take out my better snowboard tomorrow, so gonna have a better ride down. More glide, more control, less holes in the base, and yeah, just go. My first 4 days booked for the Whistler Mountain. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are all booked in. I'll be riding all those days for sure. And at the moment, Andreas said meet with him 7 a.m. on opening. I think the mountain opens at 8:30. No, this time I have to go check. But he likes to go there early. There is gonna be people there early. Typically, there would be people like camping the night before. You know, it was actually a thing that they did a couple of years ago. You put your name in a draw, kind of making light of the whole people camping there to try to get the first ski lift up. That it was, I don't know, it was like North Face or something, and put your name in a draw, and then you get to go camp on the mountain in a North Face tent and sleeping bag, blah, blah, blah. And then you get the first ride down when the mountain opens in the morning while everybody's still coming up the mountain, and you get to go take it. And then you get the tent and all that stuff, and I was really hoping I was gonna win, and I didn't. So raffles are stupid. That's what I figured. Yeah. So I think 7 would be good, and yeah, just more splitboarding, dude. Plans of splitboarding this year. So many plans on splitboarding this year. I plan because basically any day that I can't get reserved on the mountain. And any day, whatever, if something's going on, they have to close the mountain for a couple of days, whatever. Splitboarding, I got the whole splitboard set up. It's ready to go. I am itching in the kitchen to go splitboarding. Yeah, like splitboarding's awesome. I definitely want to get in really good shape too. So, hiking up to get your turns. There's no better way than that. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you very much. That'll be it for today. And hopefully we get lots more snow coming. I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to check out, we're going to have these live chats every Wednesday, same time, 3:30 local time, which is Pacific, or 11:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. All right. Peace. Oh, and don't forget to like. If you do, please.